And joining me now from the philosophy of AJANOI is Phillip Bogonub. Hi, Phil.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. So, what is this philosophy?
Okay, so the philosophy is, it's very engaging and has to do with using your subconscious mind to be able to go anywhere you want in life and then find out what your true purpose on planet Earth is. AJANOI stands for two things, Aja and Noi. Aja is your soul, N-O-I, Noi is your knowledge. So it's your soul knowledge together.
Sounds very interesting and intriguing. Where did this come from?
So for many years, I've been reading philosophical text, psychological, theological text, videos, everything I can get my hands on. And what I found is that all this stuff is really great, but it's based on, taking time to back off and say prayer and meditate. And I could do that. I do that all the time. But the problem is, I want to be able to have something that I can use like a wallet. I can take with me wherever I go, because when the world's happening with you and something stressful happens in your life, you can't go, excuse me, hang on a minute, I'm going to you can't do that. So this philosophy is something you can use and take with you all the time. And that's where I came up with the imaging technique and mindset.
Okay.
So
tell me a little bit about the imaging technique and the mindset.
For this discussion, we're going to talk about the most important part of the philosophy is one thing, imagination. So I'm going to throw out a few things.
Okay.
It's more for the audience than for yourself.
All right.
But I want you to picture your first or favorite vacation, the first time you bought a car, when your children were born, when you got married, when you bought your first house, when you got your first paycheck, when you learned how to ride a bike. So I know I'm going really fast, but the mind works extremely fast. So you either have a picture in your mind or you have videos and sound attached to it, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so that is on the motion picture screen of your mind. And we're going to tap into that through this AJANOI to create a mindset in your life.
Okay, tell me a little bit more. I mean, I think imagination is interesting because I don't think a lot of philosophies play on your imagination.
Correct. This is something that you don't have to sit down and prepare for. This is something that you can create from the minute you wake up to the minute you go to sleep. And because of the imaging technique, it's very engaging. So you're constantly doing this. And it's something in the mind that keeps you occupied with something that is focused on what you really truly want to accomplish in your life, as opposed to the negative thoughts that are telling you you can't do it. And with the imaging, with these imaginational thoughts and process procedure they have between the conscious and subconscious, it's very scientific that when I teach this, that's all you're doing is thinking about this all the time. You're becoming this technique. You're becoming a world of AJANOI. You're becoming a world living in the subconscious mind, where then you take it out in the world and you're not even realizing you're using it every day. Because it takes that anxiety, that nervousness, that negativity away. And you can do that anytime you want by turning this on and off like a light switch. So the difference between me and other philosophies, and I think there's a lot of good stuff out there, it's not promising you to do something, you're going to get this or get that. It's totally up to you what you want to get out of your life. And through that subconscious mind and rewiring in these techniques, you'll find out what it is from yourself. So you have two sets of minds. So now we're going to go into how this whole thing works.
Right.
And here's my props.
Okay.
So I'm going to do two things pertaining to this. I know it's a sand timer, but I'm going to describe this in two ways. The first thing you have is your conscious mind.
Okay.
The second thing you have is your subconscious mind, and sub means underneath. So what these end up being as we get older is just a mirror of each other. But what you really want to tap into is the subconscious mind, because this is your informational mind, your conscious mind.
Your everyday mind.
Thank you very much. Your everyday mind, the things that you use to go walking, scratching, go washing your hair, those of us that have hair, and do things in the everyday. And the best way I can describe the subconscious mind and the purpose of it is being a baby. And there's three, before I tell you about that, there's three particular process procedures we go through from birth to death. It's called discovery, awakening, and transformation. Discovery, awakening, and transformation. So what happens is the baby has a spoon, and it's got food in it. Doesn't have a clue how these concepts work. You put it in your eye, put it in your nose, in your ear, suddenly you get it in your mouth. What a discovery, I got an awakening. This tastes good, I can do it myself. Whole life is transformed. Next thing is the sippy cup. I don't even know how to swallow. You have to teach yourself how to do that. So what happens is you learn how to do that, you have a discovery, awakening, and a transformation. And the next thing you knew, we don't know how to go to the bathroom. We have to be potty trained. Discovery, how to do it, an awakening that we can do it on our own, transforms our life. So then we have to crawl, we have to walk, we have to learn how to run, to talk, to speak, to do everything. So those three things are imperative, not only just in the philosophy, but we use from birth to death. And that's the informational mind. It's the knowledge mind, the everyday mind, as you said. So the bottom one is the transformational mind. That's
Okay.
the subconscious. This is where your soul, your spirit guides, your universal mind, where the source is, whatever that source is for you. So this is where all imagination, like I said with Einstein, this is where the coming attractions happen. This is where the creativity, but this is where it starts. But you can't work in this. This is the thing that you're used to doing every single day, and you're in automatic mode. So now you want to be able to take with your imagination, and I can train people to do this, is you take a wire from the imaginational mind, from that subconscious, and hardwire this into that screen, that motion picture screen in your mind. So now this is in charge of your everyday. This kind of just takes you from point A to point B every day. There's no place you can't go within this mind. Now we're going to use this as a sand timer. The time of sand and the little trickles of time never stop.
Right. It's
No
a
matter
constant.
what you do, it's a constant. You can move it this way, you can move it that way, it doesn't really matter. So this is your now. This is your future. In your now, you make a decision and it affects your future. But just like all human beings, including me, everybody, you make a bad decision in your now, which affects your future. Now, the most important thing to remember on this particular idea is the electrical system of the mind. The electrical system, when everybody's heard about this, it works with direct current and alternating current. So you want direct current. You want this to be smooth. You want the time to keep going, and you want to live in the now and the future. But unfortunately, we make a bad decision in the now and then the future. And what happens? We got chaos. We got alternating current. We got alternating thoughts. Oh my God, what am I going to do? So what happens in this alternating current? You start getting mad. You're yelling at people. You can't sleep at night. You're nervous. You're, oh my God, everything's, you get a flat tire. So AJANOI teaches you to shut that off. So this is where you can actually fulcrum this. You pivot this. Or a teeter-totter without people on either side. You want it balanced. And when it becomes to the point where you have chaos thoughts, where you have the alternating current and alternating thoughts, switch it on, and you realize how this works and the techniques that are included in this, and I can train you to do that, and you can just get anything you want in your life. You can then tap into these coincidences that you think are coincidences, and they're not. They're really telling you, you don't need to be whatever your job is. You're miserable there. You can still do this, because everybody has a purpose in life, but it only exists through the subconscious mind.
That's awesome. And so, your goal is to guide other people through this, to teach, to coach this philosophy.
Absolutely. And you can use this as a business. You can use this for your personal life. You can use this for anything you want.
Phil, this is fascinating. I wish you a lot of luck. I hope you get to help a lot of people with this.
Thank you. That's my intention, to make a difference.
Well, that's awesome. You're a wonderful guy. So I appreciate you
Thank
taking
you.
time to stop by and tell us about this philosophy and how we can get connected with you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
If you're interested in learning more about the philosophy of AJANOI, please visit their website.